Hey there, it's Audrin. We're back with yet another base PS5 settings guide. This morning's update added ray tracing. So we do have an enhanced ray tracing toggle here. As we see in my settings, I am on performance mode. Contrast does nothing. So changing this, just leave it at 50. HDR on, VSync on, fixed 4K output on, 120 on, enhanced ray tracing on. If we go to my HDR settings, my brightness is at 500. Exposure at 60, UI is at 80. Seems to look good to me. And this is performance mode. So the frames FPS is, I'm going to assume 60. I don't have a way to determine what the frames are, but it looks silky smooth on my monitor here. If we change to balanced, and look at that, we can see the difference in the sun. This is balanced. And look, there's a rainbow as well on the left of the screen where it says wagon stuck in the mud. But if we go to performance mode, that sunshine is gone and there's no rainbow. So it really depends on what you want. Balanced, of course, as per usual, is the best balance in between the two. And actually, now that I do that, I think I may be trying this more unbalanced. So it's up to your preference. Now, when we go to the accessibility area, you'll notice that the camera is very far away. That's because they added a camera visual range. Now, this is set much lower by default. I made it 100 because when I play an MMO like Final Fantasy XIV or something, I like the camera being super far away. This is up to your preference. If you want the camera closer, maybe 30 or 35, let's say. Let's try that out. That seems to be pretty good. Not bad. I still think it's a little too close for my liking, so I do put it way up, all the way to 100. I am on a mount, though, too, so we are a little bit closer than usual. But if we get off the mount, let's do that. Nice and far. Cliff is small. The camera does look a little jarring at first on the sides, but I can see way more of the screen and what I am doing. The other settings that they added were camera vertical offset and horizontal offset. Horizontal offset is easier to explain. If we were to put it down to 0, then Cliff would be on the right side of the screen. If we put it up to 100, Cliff would be on the left side of the screen. So 50 is right in the middle. And we got vertical offset as well. If we go to 100, the camera, like Cliff, is just more at the bottom of the screen. So this may be actually preferable. And of course, if we go to 0, Cliff will be more in the middle of the screen. So I've left it at 50 for now. Again, it's up to your preference on what you want to do. But 50-50 is good for me. We have camera auto follow and look ahead. Apparently, these aren't working right now. There was a post on Reddit, and another person made a video on this. The camera automatically turns to the direction that your character is moving. It's not working. So it's like it's off. And camera look ahead, it shifts the camera forward to character's movement direction to improve visibility. What I think this does is when you get into a battle, which we'll see in a second, sometimes the camera goes up close to where Cliff is and where he's battling. So that could be what it is, but I'm not exactly sure. So we'll leave them as on and we'll make an update, and maybe I'll pin a comment to say what it actually does later on. Particle effects, we should have some particle effects. I had it at 20 before and it works perfectly, but I am going to be testing it with an increased number. Let's try 40. Blur intensity I have at 20. For that depth of field, we do want the things in the background to be a little bit not as super clear and crisp. So I have it on, but it's up to your preference. You can have it off. I actually, to be honest, my eyes don't really notice because I'm using a monitor and everything's pretty small, but you know, it's up to you. The other huge thing that they added was the minimum font size. We always had subtitle font size here, but minimum font size, we can bring it up to 24. The default is 15, so definitely put that up, especially for us with our old eyes. And actually, when changing the minimum font size, you do need to restart your game. As we can see, my font is much bigger after restarting the game. If we open up my menu here, we can see everything looks just a little different because of the maximum font size, and it's so much clearer. It's so much better. My eyes are really thanking me for this right now. Everything else seems to be the same as it was beforehand. Now, another huge change that even though we're talking about visual settings, I just wanted to bring attention to this. You can now hide, we already knew we could hide our headgear. You can hide your melee weapons, so your shield, if you're using a two-handed weapon, and you can also hide your bow as well. So big settings here. Many people are very happy about that, so definitely use that. For me, for my fixed minimap, I love it fixed. I don't like the minimap going all over the place, so I have that on. And there's also this fast forward speed that's also been added. The default is not 1, the default is actually 2. So if you want your fast forward speed to be faster, which is what I do, I've made it up to 4. So anyway, let's get into a battle real quick with those bandits that are waiting there. I don't want to hit the other guy just yet, so it looks pretty good, right? Oh, and these guys are here. They're not fighting against me. Let's try to find some other bandits. There are a bunch of them here. Seems pretty smooth. It does take some getting used to have the camera so far away, but I do prefer it this way. Aha, here's some guys here. All right. Ooh, they got me good. So the camera is moving forward a bit on my actions here. That's not the move I was trying to do. Okay. Oh, I see why. We need to put our lightning on. And looks pretty good. Super smooth so far. I do like the options here. The next test we are going to have to do is to go, when it's dark, to go inside. So let's wait for that. I'm going to cut to that in just a second here. So not bad. The lighting has been improved. There are still some shadows that take a minute to readjust. If we go up here, we can see that the shadows do take a little bit of extra time to go through. But if we were to turn our lantern on, it does fix that, and it looks better than yesterday. So we can see that this very strange kind of shadowy thing is happening off of the string on my Hoando's hilt. So hopefully Perlibis can do something to fix that in a future patch. Anyways, let me know in the comments below, what settings are you using on your base PS5? Let's try to get everyone's game to look as good as possible. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.